Welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, and this is Laura Folly at Home. If you're new here, my channel is about my life at home, what I do. Mini, tiny little homesteader. I mean, I grow some vegetables in the garden. I do home canning. I do food preserving, and I call myself a mini prepper. I like to be prepared for whatever may happen. Today is episode 3 of my prepping series. I know it's been a minute, so just bear with me. I figured I would do a voiceover here and talk about food storage, the emergency food storage, what to keep and how to store it, while you watch me prepare some frozen green beans. I'm going to can these. So, emergency food storage. It's important that you have emergency food storage on hand for, I've covered in previous episodes, natural disasters, unexpected emergency, or just the peace of mind that, having the right food on hand, can make all the difference to you're feeling safe and secure in any unexpected event. So why do we want to why it matters? It matters because emergencies happen anytime. Storms, power outages, sudden life changes. And having a plan means that you have that peace of mind. And that food security. And it's an investment, okay? And it helps you and your loved ones feel safe. My home is going to be the meeting place for all the family should an emergency happen. I have food on hand. I have a heat source. I have a cook source. I have a couple of cook sources. I have a gas stove and I have a grill, propane grill, and it's not a Blackstone, but it's a griddle. It's a combo. And we now have a generator. So this would be the safest, most logical place for our children, grandchildren, mother-in-law, and everybody to meet here, to feel a little bit safer and to have a little bit of the comforts. So, what foods do we keep? Well, number 1, canned goods. Why canned goods? They have an extremely long shelf life. You don't have to worry about the expiration dates. That's a suggestion. As long as your can is in good shape, it's not rusted, it's not dented, just do the old sniff and taste test. All right? If it's okay, if it's bulging or anything like that, throw it away. But if the can's in good shape, you got a 99% chance that the food inside of it is good shape. The canned goods includes vegetables, beans, meats, soups. These are easy to heat up. You don't have to use a whole lot of energy to warm them up. Some things you can eat them right out of the can. Okay? Stuff like ravioli, stuff like canned beans. That's a good source of protein. You can buy Spam. It's not everybody's favorite, but in a pinch, it'll work. Vienna sausages, corned beef. You can buy canned beef, canned tuna, canned chicken, all kinds of proteins. Soups, just add water or just warm them up and go. Most of them, like I said, are ready to eat. Your grains and your staples. Rice, pasta, oats, quinoa, flour, sugar. You get the picture. Things that you can do different things with. But if you don't eat it, don't store it, okay? We don't eat quinoa here. You're not going to find it on my shelves. You might find a small one, but we don't necessarily eat it as a general rule. Flour, you can make pancakes, you can make bread, you can make gravies, you can make all kinds of things with flour. You want to have plenty of flour on hand. Rice is a good filler. Pasta, extremely long shelf life for all of those. Okay? And then you got dried foods. You got dried beans, lentils, instant potatoes. You know, you can buy those hash browns and just rehydrate them with water, and then you can make hash browns. Instant mashed potatoes. The potatoes like the Betty Crocker or whatever it is that's the au gratin or the scallop potatoes, stuff like that. Okay, so your dry foods. Your nuts, butters, and your nuts. Those are a good snack, good source of protein. You know, so, and they're healthy fats. And I know from experience, when you cut fats or the good oils out of your system, you're going to have restroom problems. Okay? So, just take it from someone who knows. Shelf-stable dairy products. There's powdered milk. There's almond milk. There's oat milk. Stuff like that is shelf-stable. You can buy shelf-stable milk at the store. Excuse me. So you want to make sure and you have some of those on hand, you know, in case your electricity goes out and your milk goes bad and you can't get more milk. If you have instant milk, you can bake with it. It's a great alternative for baking instead of using the store-bought milk. Okay, the ready-to-eat meals. Now, MREs, meals ready to eat. My husband used to have those when he was in the Army, and he'd go out in the field and he'd bring some home that he didn't eat. And so, you know, we would go through those. Now, meals in jars. I have freeze-dried foods and dehydrated foods. I can put together beef stew, bell pepper stuffed bell pepper soup. You can put together your pancake mixes with your dried ingredients where you just add water, or your just add water meals. I have a beefaroni one that I had fixed for my son and given it to him, and they really enjoyed it. Don't forget the comfort foods, okay? Chocolate, coffee, that's my poison. You know, or tea, if you're a tea drinker. Stuff that just kind of makes you feel normal. You know, don't deprive yourself of those things. They're a morale booster. You know, if you're not a chocolate lover, whatever it is, you know, something that is just a treat for yourself. Water. Plenty of water on hand. At least a gallon per person per day. Okay? And then, how do you store your food? All right? Those are the kinds of foods you want. All right, how do you store it now? Right? Cool, dry, and dark places. Away from sunlight, heat, and moisture. It extends the shelf life. You don't want to, like I live in Texas, and we get, 100-degree temperatures during the summer, and the humidity. It wouldn't be a good idea to store my long-term food storage in the garage, because the temperature just doesn't stay stable enough. Okay? Airtight containers is the next thing. Glass jars, excellent source, economical source of food storage. Containers. Because you're going to make the purchase and the jars are going to last for years and years. And you want to rotate your stock, and you want to make sure that you label everything. First in, first out. And keep pests out. Keep it off the floor, airtight, sealed containers. And you want to check it regularly for those pests. Okay? Now, as a bonus tip, make sure you have a manual can opener. Electric ones will not help you if the power is out. And keep in mind all those people that have special diets. Some are gluten-free, vegan, allergy-friendly is needed. And then test your supplies. Occasionally cook with your emergency foods to ensure they're palatable. So that's it for today, y'all. today's guide to emergency food storage. If you found this helpful, please, please, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for my next video, which is going to be a little more interactive because I'm going to be putting together some of those meals in jars. The dried meals in jars, the beef stew, and so forth and so on. So thank you for watching.